Jason Reed is here. I can see him coming on. The first time we're hosting Jason. Welcome to the program, Mr. Reed. Uh, great to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Super excited, Jason. Joe Costello here. Nice to meet you. The facility precedes you. I'm super excited to hear what's the latest, greatest at Knoxville Raceway. I know you've had a tremendous season. Let's start with a little wrap of 2025. How'd it go?
Yeah, overall went really good. We start weekly racing in mid-April and then raced through the end of middle of September. But we started off a little rocky. Had a few nights where the weather, Iowa weather, sometimes in April and May can be a little leery, not conducive to racing, I guess. But we only ended up losing two nights. We had like 33 events. We had two of them that we ended up losing. Our very first night was supposed to be a World of Outlaws night, supposed to be a Friday, Saturday. We ended up losing the first night. They got the second night in, and then didn't miss another one until actually 4th of July weekend. So overall, very good on our weekly racing. And then, of course, we have the Knoxville Nationals in August, and it was an absolute home run. Once again, we do it 8 days basically with the 360 Nationals and the 410 Nationals. And every night, we've seen increased attendance from the previous year, and that's 3 years running now. So a lot of good momentum there, and we just continue to try to build on that.
All right, let's talk about you. How did you first get involved with Knoxville and start your arc with the facility, a legendary facility? And it's a big responsibility, like I'm sure you
Yes,
feel
yeah,
that.
for sure. I'm a lifelong resident of Marion County. I've lived around here my whole life, and then so the Knoxville Raceway, which is a little different than most tracks, it's on a fairgrounds and it's actually ran by a fair board. There's no owner for it. It's a fair association owns the racetrack, and so. My grandpa, he was on the fair board clear back in the 60s and 70s. And then my mom, yeah, she was growing up, and then when I came along, she worked the concession stand, and I helped around, doing stuff like that. And then, of course, like I said, it's on the fairgrounds, so we host the county fair every year, have livestock shows and stuff for the kids every July. And I did that as through growing up, and just always loved the place. Then I continued to volunteer, and then actually I got on the fair board, and I was on the fair board for 15 years while I was working at 3M also, but just as a board member here at the track. And then when we decided to hire a new general manager, it came up. They asked me, they said like seems like you got a lot of interest, a lot of love for this place, and you know our business, and can you interested in making the move? And so yeah, to me it's like winning the lottery. It's been the best move that I've ever. Never dreamed it'd be possible, but it's phenomenal.
Wow, that's a great story. The battle of like I think Lutz said it in the title of his book, bean counters versus car guys. It's so true in the racing world as well. You've got to have the passion for the facility and understand the people there. It's great that you have the opportunity to do this. But for those that don't know, what makes Knoxville different than other facilities? There are certain regions, certain sports, certain styles of motorsport. They've all got that facility that is like a preeminent facility, and you guys are one. Why is it different? How is that so?
I point that a lot to like going back to what I said that it's a run by a fair board. It's not an individual owner that does it. So it's confused. It's a 24 member fair board, which everybody seems like it's a lot to try to deal with the board members making decisions. But actually, it's a working group. There's a lot of the fair board members on here. There's been several of them that's built the barns here. They do. We got a guy that's a fair board that does the plumbing. We just got a lot of people that's got skilled trades. They're able to do a lot of projects. So that's another way to make Knoxville very profitable and even increase what we do because those guys are so willing to be willing to help, and they've devoted their life to making it good too. So they want to make it good. So not only being able to do the work ourselves, the money all generated from all the races, we dump it right back into the facility, trying to make it better. We've done that over the years, and now we're just trying. There's a lot of new venues that have come around that are raising the bar, and we're trying to stay ahead of everybody. There's always demand for seating. We sold out now the last 7 or 8 years for the Saturday night of the Nationals. And what is kind of mind blowing for a little dirt track in in town of Knoxville, Iowa, 7,500 people. We've got now with the between the racetrack and the Sprint Car Hall of Fame, which sits in turn two of the racetrack, we've got 76 VIP suites, which is to me, that's just mind-boggling thinking of, to me, just a small dirt track that I've grown up around my whole life to think, when I go to other venues and see now there's people that are getting more, they might have 6 or 8 or 10 or 12, but now we're up to 76 and there's still a waiting list for it. I'm fairly confident that if I had 20 more today, available, I could sell them all today. So
Wow.
it's just kind of mind-blowing, from what it started to how it's just, what it's developed to now. And the people that come, at the nationals and stuff, they just, some people the first time they've ever been there, and they just tell me the stories of how they've been dreaming their whole life of coming here, and that's just great to hear, and that's just what keeps us wanting to make it bigger and better and have people come back next year.
Wow. So on that, like the sprint car capital of the world, you're making a case for it. What is it? The magic? Is it the history? There are tracks with great history. Why is this happening? Why is Knoxville Raceway the sprint car capital of the world?
Well, I think it's a lot in part to uh, everybody. I mean, they've built it over the years, so it's the racing's great, phenomenal for the 4 days of the Nationals and all year for that matter. But it's just the whole atmosphere. Like there's you wake up in the morning at 8 o'clock and we've got something going on. We've got people around the fairgrounds all day. So there's we just got stuff going on during the day. There's kids zone for the kids to go do during the national. So whole families can they come and enjoy it because it's just not dad that likes racing. So we make it's an event. We've got food vendors here. We got another. I was just looking at the numbers this morning, so I know we like during the week of the Nationals, we have 100 vendors that come on site, selling everything from T-shirts to mainly T-shirts, but there's some other vendors selling sunglasses and stuff like that. But it's mainly all just racing people. It's just it's almost like a small state fair. It's just people milling around all day long. And the other part about it is it's like in town, so you can walk across the racetrack. There's the grocery store. There's the Casey's general stores right there. If you want to go to the bar, it's right across the road. It's just one of the good things about Knoxville is it's right in town, walking distance. Everywhere you go around town, you see people in sprint cars. The bad thing is it's right in town because parking's limited, and so when we 7,500 town is what Knoxville is like today. That's what it is. And then when we put an extra 30,000 in it in August, it gets a little full. But it's just the whole atmosphere, just the buzz, people being happy and going. I mean, you can walk down the street, see 10 trailers lined up. Everybody got their sprint cars unloaded. People are able to go right up to them, see them. You're able to talk to the drivers. It's just a very personal thing where you can get and you see your superstars. You can walk right up to them and watch them working on their car.
That is wild. What goes into that, right? When you're dealing with a relatively small town, but you got to be willing to expand. You got to have a place for many of these people, the race fans coming from far and wide, places for them to
Right.
stay, places for them to eat. I'm sure that takes a lot of coordination with the local community. What goes into preparation for that event?
It does, but I'm gonna tell you the local chamber here has worked for several years now, a long time. Getting people hooked up so that we know we don't. There's two hotels in the whole town, so they fill up right away, of course. But the chamber has been doing it for a lot of years, matching people up. They'll have people that call up and say, "Hey, I'm interested in having a race fan stay at my house." And they get those hooked up. And I don't know the number. I wish I could figure out the number of how many people come and stay in other people's houses, actually stay in their house, or on the other hand, they hey, I'll give you a spot in my yard, pull your camper in here and hook it up for the week. I know of some people that stayed in the same house for 30 years, 20 years. We've been staying at this house the same way. So that's a lot of coordination. And then we also have 1,000 camping spots, which once again. I'll be sold out with them hopefully by February. Again, this year we sell out on them. But a lot of people in town, yards. We got a lake right north of us, about 7 or 8 miles. There's a lot of camp spots. There's a lot of people that stay there, and then just surrounding communities. So there's people, stay everywhere to find a place close to Knoxville. But then even the whole coordination here on the fairgrounds, like just kind of like a big jigsaw puzzle. Like I said, we got 100 vendors. We I have a lot, probably 200 camping spots here on site. So just trying to use every possible square inch we got. We between putting vendors, parking, and parking these campers, and then of course then too you got to each night of the National you got to count for 50 haulers that will be pulling in and unloading their cars because we have the drivers on teams unload their cars and move the haulers out the infield so nobody's vision's blocked at all for the event. So then you got to, account for 50 haulers where you got to park on Wednesday, Thursday, and then we get to Friday and Saturday, then you got everybody there. So now you're close to parking 100 trucks and trailers, places. So yeah, it's just like a big jigsaw puzzle, but I got a great crew that helps us out here, and we just able to put it all together and make it work.
Talk a little bit about those guys, the officials, the volunteers, the people from the community, people like yourself that were volunteers that have to come together. It's not like Disney World where you're doing it every day and you can get into a
Right.
routine and go through training. You have these big pop-up events, the Nationals, of course, several other major events, but you don't have a full-time massive staff. So it's got to be a challenge.
Yeah, no, the massive full-time staff here is four of us. There's four of us that work for full-time, and then when we get to the Nationals, we probably got 300 working between security crews or the fire crew and security crew and everything and the track officials. But yeah, it takes an army, and like I said, there's only four of us that are here full-time, but we've got I'm sure everybody will say this, but I put our crew up against anybody in the country or even the world. Most dedicated people, even though they do it part time. We've we've got our infield announcer. I think this is his 47th year. Our infield one of our infield officials. He drives the pace truck. He's been doing it for 43 years. And those two guys have missed three races in that amount of years. So we've got a lot of dedicated people that I don't know how many, probably 20 or 25. It's been over that 20 or 25 years they've been here. And then kind of another cool deal about that, how people absolutely love this place. Doug Clark, he flagged here from 1982 till a few years ago when he retired. And his son, Justin, is taking over that job now. And they drive from Sioux Falls, South Dakota every week. That's a 4.5, 5 hour drive that they drive down here to be part of that. So it's just great group of people that come in, and we've got some people that work for me all summer with the weekly shows, and then we have also got another crew that they're just basically here for the 10 days of the Nationals. But yeah, overall we have very little turnover. Now, as I've told you, some of those guys have been there a long time, so I'm going to have some spots, big spots that we've never had to worry about filling before that I'm going to have to worry about. But overall, no, the group we got. Like myself, I got an accountant and a ticket seller and a race director that's here, all like that's here today, and everybody else is all we know, just part-time work that comes in when we need it and at the events.
Wow, that's amazing. And a story that we hear so much, the passion in motorsports that keep people coming. A 4.5 hour commute each week. That's
Yeah.
amazing. What about the local community in that? They must support you. You've said that they support you, but this has got to be a massive part of their income. Tourism, the restaurants, that bar across the street, like the grocery stores, they must love you guys.
Yeah, yeah. For the most part, yes. Like in every town, you got a few people that don't like it because of all the people that are in town. But overall, I mean, literally the business that they do in those 2 weeks keeps a lot of businesses open up for the whole year. It's just because it's crazy how much stuff they sell. So yeah, they're very supportive of it. We try to be a good support of the community. We try to support a lot of the local events going on, whether it's high school teams or whatever other events we got. We donate every year to the Dollars for Scholars at the local all the high schools in the county. So no, very supportive of that. And then also, I mean, like we've got some of these people that come in and work for us at the Nationals, like we have some parking lots and stuff that we lease during Nationals, and we got a couple local basketball and baseball teams, and we just tell them, hey, you come in, here's your job, take care of this all week, and then we'll donate to you next week after we get all this done. So very good support on that. We've had the same groups doing that now, for 10 years or something. They're like, yeah, this is really good. We come out here and work together as a team doing that, and you make a donation for us, and it's a win-win for both of us. So no, very good deal. The city, I work with them, on everything from traffic, and they're just I deal have to deal with the city and the county actually, but both of them are very good to work with. We have some planning meetings even with them. We meet with the city police, we meet with the county sheriff's department. Getting into this just so everybody's kind of on the same page. We got a plan. Here's what we're planning on doing, and if we have to deviate from that, that's always the thing. But no, very good group of people to work with, and yeah, the revenue generated as we actually did a economic impact study just last year, and once again, I was pretty impressed for the $74.2 million that we pump into the local economy a year. So it's very proud of that, and very proud to be a good supporter of the community.
Wow, that is amazing. It's clearly one of the events on the schedule, and you've got a couple of them. It's not just one major event, but you've got a few events that are breakout events that kind of transcend the weekly show. But just the fact that you have that great weekly show. You said something earlier though that I want to drill down on a little bit. You have 75, or is it 76 suites that are sold out, and if you had 20 more, you'd sell them out too. That's shocking to me. Like, is this suite like what I'm imagining? And that doesn't have to be necessarily air conditioned inside glass or anything, but just like a box where people, companies, corporations can go and bring their people and just kind of have events. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, most of them are between 16 and 20 people. They are air conditioned, inside glass, sink, stove, or not stove, sink, refrigerator. Yeah, so they're all the way down the front stretch, and then over in turn two, like we said, the Hall of Fame, we've got a partnership deal with them, and we built those over there. So yeah, we have people, that they buy them for the whole year, but like Kyle Larson, he has one, and naturally he's not here every week, but they want to have it here, so they buy them for the whole year and have them. But yeah, it's unbelievable. But I have people every week calling me and wanting, hey, you got a suite come open? I want it. I'm like, yeah. We actually got 41 people on a list wanting more of those suites, so it's a problem is we're actually kind of running out of places to put them. We've got them all the way down, like I said, down all the way down the front stretch, all through turn two. And we got bleachers on the back stretch. I guess we could maybe add some more back there, but yeah, it's a good problem to have, I guess. High demand, and once again, the upkeep on those too. You gotta be able to stay on top of all of them, because if you got 76 air conditioners and refrigerators and all that, and they all got we got the closed circuit TV into all of them, so they all got TVs in them, so they can watch replays and whatever. But yeah, they're very nice. A lot of people like to use them, and makes for a good event.
Well, that is, and there's a balance there between the core audience, the folks that buy a ticket to sit in the grandstand or the bleacher, but also the premium experience. And it's something that I'm kind of fascinated with. You look at MLB and NFL, and they lead the way, and they kind of really pushed the envelope when it came to premium experience, and it's working in motorsport as well. It seemed like there's a lot of people that would choose to do that, and then I guess you have to just balance growth and investment.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's very true. Because a lot of people say, well, I can't believe you got that many companies that buy them, but there's actually, there's local people that just go to group together, and they pony their money together and have it, because it's just such a good experience, to be able to be up there. But yeah, that's the problem now, looking at it now, to build just the way the cost of building supplies and all that stuff, and being able to do it now, it just has elevated so much lately here. It's kind of hard, to justify. Can we build another one, or do we just got to live with what we got? So actually, over at the Hall of Fame, they've built two on in the last. They built one in 2018 and then one just in 2025, and they're basically identical buildings, and the price absolutely was just exactly doubled from 18 to 25. So went from 3.2 million to 6.4 million in 7 years. So it's
Yeah,
takes a lot of revenue to build them, but yeah, there's a lot of demand for them, and they're really nice.
and that is a challenging story to everybody and everything at this moment. Things are pricey.
Right.
But it is what it is. Maybe it won't always be that way. What are some of
Yep.
the challenges that you guys face? It sounds like you might be, grown out, and that might be a limiting factor. Of course, the cost of, building infrastructure at the event is. But what else, keeps you up at night?
Um, I would say those are the main things. Just the we actually are trying to acquire some more land to the south of us a little bit. We used to have a veterans district that unfortunately they got rid of and moved those veterans to Des Moines. But there's some ground there that's now becoming available. So I'm trying to, acquire some of that. We have been able to lease it for the last couple of years to use it for parking. So working on that. But no, just trying to, make the whole fan experience just better for everybody is what we're, just continually working on. Like, we have every night after the races during the Nationals, we have a concert right out here behind our ticket office, and that's just kind of been in a gravel parking lot. But this last year and then this year, we just got done a couple weeks ago. We've poured about I don't know about 20,000 square feet of concrete. Just trying to make that better for the fans. After a night, that's because if it rains or something and that gets all sloppy, so we're just always we're trying to make it a great experience for like the suite holders, like you said, to make that good. But we're also trying to make it a really good experience for if you're coming just to buy a grandstand ticket but that you have a really good experience too. So just trying to continually work on all that. And like I said, just try to keep Knoxville Raceway at the pinnacle of where everybody wants to go.
I think that's exciting. I think there was a time that I had never been to the Indy 500, and everybody talked about a lot of these things, people who had invested their lives, and that I have to see it. And one of these days, I hope to get out there and experience the Knoxville Nationals because it's a similar uh, energy around it, like this
Right.
legacy event, this big event that you got to see it
Yep.
and experience it in person.
Yeah, that's what I've told everybody. They said, "Well, tell me about it." I said, "Well, I'm going to tell you about it, but there's nothing like I can't tell you nothing like it's going to be when you get there. It's just it's amazing to me, like people that are so friendly and like I said, there's such a big group of people here all the time. Everybody just seems like they get along well, and there might be people that that I've got to know that I only see every August, but it's just like when I walk up, it's just like we were talking last week. Just I've met a lot of great people. It's just been a great event for everybody to come and enjoy.
Now, you mentioned some youth outreach with local high schools and whatnot. Drill down on that a little bit in that we all are hoping that the next generation falls in love with racing and cars and mechanics and engineering and all of the things that we like the way we have, but that's not guaranteed. Do you have any programs for the kids to either get involved, to be in help out with the track, to help out with the racers? Do you have anything on that level?
Yeah, we're starting to work on that a little bit more. But so yeah, that's one of the parts why we kind of went towards, getting even some school groups to come out and help with some of these things. So the kids are even coming out here and seeing it, and maybe that's taking a liking to it. But also too, for probably the last 10, 12 years, we've done every regular weekly show we have kids 12 and under are free. And then from 13 to 19, we only charge them $5. So, we're trying to get in here to, make race fans out of them, make them see what we got and do it. But with that, so that's another part of going into the schools. We're putting together a school night for next May, to try to get, there's 6 high schools in the county that Knoxville's in here. And so we're trying, to just do a deal where we get students, faculty, everybody to come, one night to the races and show everybody we got. It blows my mind when I talk to somebody in the county and I ask them about it. They're like, I don't know, I've never been there. I'm like, how can you never been here when you live right here, And so yeah, we're just trying to get all the local people that we can involved and working with the kids on whatever events and we've of course, we got the fairgrounds, the buildings here and stuff. So I've really kind of the last 3 years, I've tried to get a hold of the school and say, hey, if you got some event going on that you're looking to do it at a place away from the school and you need some room, let's do it out here. So we probably hold, I don't know, probably 10 different days where kids, come out here for an ag day or some different deal where the kids are bussed out here from the schools and they're here at the fairgrounds and they see it. And we try to take them and at least open up the racetrack gate and give them a little look and say, hey, we're going to be racing on here Saturday night. And tell them there'll be cars going 140 mile an hour around here, and it'd be so yeah, just trying to do that to try to keep all the kids we can involved and working on it every day.
That's great. No, that's genius. You got to get involved, and we do need to all work very hard to keep the next generation into it. And is there anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to cover? Something that you wanted to put out there, something that's important other than, and please give the ticket office, right? People are out there. They want to go to this event. It's a bucket list event. Maybe they want to find out more, but is there anything that I didn't ask you about that you really wanted to put out there to the world here on Industry Week?
No, I don't think so. I think you did a good job. I just want, like you said, you've never been here. I just encourage everybody to come and see it once. If it's not for you, okay, it's not for you. But I think I've had a lot more people tell me that they'll never miss it again, or there have to be a big excuse, not to miss it. No, we just try to welcome everybody, and if they have any questions, they can reach out to me or any of my guys here at the ticket office, and we can help them out with anything they need.
Now, that is very exciting, and so much of motorsports is that way. You've got to see it in person one time, feel the energy, and then you'll never stop going back. Appreciate it, Jason. Thank you very much. Good luck with the track, and thank you for joining us on EPARTRADE Industry.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Wonderful to have you, and it was very important for us to make sure Knoxville was represented.
Hey, we want to thank you for watching. Now, be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell so you're always up to date with the latest racing technology, industry insights, and exclusive content from EPARTRADE. In racing, every second counts. This is EPARTRADE, the premier business-to-business platform for the performance and racing industry. We connect buyers and suppliers 24/7 worldwide. Racing never stops, neither do we. Discover cutting-edge products and services from around the globe, gaining insights from our live platform, daily newsletters, weekly webinar series, and our highly anticipated annual Race Industry Week. EPARTRADE.com. The racing industry, every minute, every day.
Let's go, boys.
How many kings have we got racing today?
All of them.
I got nothing to lose.
As you can see, we've had another beautiful day on the Isle of Man.
We'll do some racing this weekend. It's going to be a blast.
ARP, the ultimate fasteners for whatever you build. To get the best performance, always follow ARP's installation instructions included with the product. For the latest torque specs, go to arpinstructions.com.
When it comes to pushing the limits of performance, the pros know there's no room for compromise. At Crower Cams, we don't just engineer camshafts and valve train components, we redefine what power means. Since 1955, Crower Cams has been the name trusted by racers, engine builders, and gearheads around the globe. Whether you're building a street machine, a dragster, or a track car, Crower Cams provides the muscle you need to dominate. And with Crower, victory is within your reach.
Not all trailer cabinets are built for the long road ahead. Aluminum Econo trailer cabinets from C-Tech Manufacturing are engineered to last and ready to ship today. Each Econo cabinet is packed with exclusive features like motion latch drawers and gasket lock countertops, all made under one roof in our Wisconsin headquarters. Shop Econo online today.
If you're watching this video, you might be wondering, what is WPC? WPC is a surface treatment designed to reduce friction and increase the strength of metal parts. As much as it might seem like a coating, WPC is actually a surface treatment. Think of it like shot painting, but the media is much finer, like talc. So what you're left with is a super hard, smooth surface that actually has some proprietary dry lubricants embedded within it. For more information, visit WPCtreatment.com.
Scott Lewis & Associates, the sales, marketing, and branding specialist for the automotive performance industry since 1988. We get our manufacturers on track by opening an extensive distribution network, providing product training to sales staff, creating fully integrated sales and marketing strategies, building successful industry partnerships, attending trade shows, events, and races, offering first-class support to customers. SLAI delivers solutions that win you sales. To get in touch with an SLAI representative, call 516-378-6100. Go to scottlewisinc.com or email info@scottlewisinc.com.
With roots in the Midwest that date back well before the Model T, Fifth Third Bank has a long history of serving the needs of automotive companies. While much has changed over the years, our passion for helping businesses put cars on the road and on the track has not. Today, we are more committed than ever as a member of SEMA, a founding member of PRI, and a sponsor of multiple race teams across several racing series.
For over a decade, Fifth Third Bank has been a staunch supporter of our industry and a great partner for many companies in the motorsports field.
Our business has been growing extremely fast, and really we could not be where we are today without Fifth Third. They provided amazing strategic advice, the capital we need to support our phases of growth.
They are true partners for me now, and what they do with their involvement in motorsports is untouched in this community.
Where can we take your business? Fifth Third Bank.
Your whole day rides on your diesel truck. Don't let anything slow it down. Keep life and drive with America's #1 DEF brand. Only Blue DEF products are triple filtered and guaranteed pure. And Blue DEF Platinum helps prevent deposits before they create problems. So nothing stands between you and the day, wherever it takes you. Count on Blue DEF and Blue DEF Platinum. Guaranteed for what drives you.